getting stronger and stronger through the patches, and you know, maybe like these teams are trying to scrape by in the last day before next week, before we change and see even more strength in White Fox. The fact that she gets heals now off of the portal, oh, that character's crazy. Why would they buff it even more? But people on Reddit are like, oh, this character's so balanced. It's such a balanced character. No, that crap, it's broken, Vicky. I'm telling you. But anyway, Nightmare. You know, like you said, they do run very unorthodox stuff.
Ow, man.
Speak to them. Say it out loud, Dogman. This is what we like. This is what we like to hear.
Guang doesn't like me.
Ew, Florida, you should move to Texas.
Can we get screen share?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good, though. Djalia. Djalia. I don't even know. I give up. I appreciate the massive 6 months, my friend.
The dialogue is crazy. All right, Dogman, don't worry. We'll let you out of the cage real quick because we're about to go into an Omega
let's see this.
I actually do think that this is going to go on to a game number 3, but I don't want to cast a curse. I just knocked on wood real quick. Before we get out, though, Monster.
Okay, let me see something real quick.
The whole place having crazy. And
okay,
like
they got that. They got that. Both teams are playing Elsa. Okay, both gambits are banned. Okay, I give up.
Magneto, as well as Light rolling out on the Ultron.
It is interesting too that they get a mirror match on the Luna Snow, by the way. So I mean, it makes sense to give the Snowflake, but it is interesting. They would go for that ban instead of the Luna, knowing that this is the matchup that you're trying to get, regardless. You don't really get like an edge directly in that ban phase, I suppose. But nice pull on the right.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Brings Maze into his own demise from Nectar. Follow up.
Actually jumped on his head. Like he was coming out of a book. Nectar does get trapped real quick, but with Mace no longer in the fray, maybe a little portal play we're going to have to see because now Monster gets de-hulked and now there's not going to be a recontention. Space Station played that so slow and so disruptive because you have Necrise coming in with the one-winged Angel just so that way they could get the follow-ups together with Blur.
Yeah, it's so smart. I mean, in this sort of super slow style that Nightmare's playing, you have the one hero that can, you know, have a ton of HP, get support from Ultron this guy, and disrupt. So really that's on Mace in terms of positioning, but also they have a very proactive Vanguard on their squad compared to, I think, the other squad that has to slowly walk in to Nectar's shots.
Wow, that damage is insane, dude. That damage is...
Dude, oh my...
Oh! Have you guys ever had that happen to you? Someone's 1 HP and you're about to kill them, but you have to reload at the worst unfortunate time? Oh, I hate that. I hate that, bro. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that, Elsa. Yo, Vision, You're a great player, bro. What was that?
It's just brutal. Necrise, just such a great job. Great pickup for the squad.
Smooth
so
Alec, Smooth Licks. Appreciate the massive 2 months, my friend. How you doing?
Because you know that they could easily go for like a more proactive comp in terms of like Spider-Man and stuff, but you know, obviously, in this case, you can't do much. Light comes in with the Ultron's Rage, gets dove upon already, but they're back to the point. They have so much space to work with. They don't even need to fight this if they don't want to. Nightmare doesn't.
Nah, and that's even off of the follow-up here that we saw from Blur after he used up the Feast of the Abyss, the extermination that we keep hearing ring out from both sides, while Vision this time at least clips the wing off of Necrise. Spear also has a reset here.
Oh, hook you. Appreciate the massive good insight, my friend.
Look at this damage output. We're stuck on the Nectar zone because Nectar is having
so
much impact. Monster has had enough, but Monster also has a lot of sustain with a reset here with the World Breaker.
And he's going to have to go off, right? Did they peel it, though? In the meantime, they go aggressive with this Luna dance floor at the very least. Vision trying to look for something, maybe going to connect onto an ult. But in the meantime, doesn't. Nice job by Monster to at least create some space, but no KOs. I mean, the disengage was perfect. Will they find a KO? Nectar finally gets onto one. It's the hook, but it gets the lead on the outside.
No.
So, I mean, honestly, not a bad play, but Month with the charm on the high ground.
Oh, I do like how, I mean, Space Station is doing 3 supports, but I really do like how they're running White Fox.
Though the Glartrox in their pocket, while Doom yeets out here from the other side. Here with the extermination, you saw the Meteor M from Mace hanging out and landing onto some ghosts, unfortunately missing their mark. And then you look over to the other side, they still haven't given up the point, which I love this Stalker from Nightmare, but it's just a matter of time. Vision, once again, is just waiting for the opportunity to group up Space Station, and with one down, could even hold on to it as Blur's falling incredibly low.
And Vision looking for Month, able to do so, removes him.
Nice. This is a good game so far.
Not panic, even though they lost one.
Oh, Vision missed all those shots, bro. Looking like me out there, bro.
Got picked early. They've been kind of slowly actually taking care of Necrise this time. So whereas Necrise was ultra free earlier, it feels like there's a lot more priority looking at this Angela, and it's enabling Nightmare to finally surpass them in terms of ult percentage. But now in something fight, you know, how does Light use this Ultron's Rage? Is he going to use it to sustain the team versus Blur, who can get a big ante?
Oh, both teams are actually running the White Fox. Yeah, both teams are running a mirror matchup besides the tanks.
We are nothing because Blur is out and so is Necrise. The Vanguards are in shambles and Space Station are in trouble.
Oh,
so
dude.
Here we have
Dude,
with the
I
Monster,
think
it forces out the Glartrox. It pushes him back, but it's fine.
Good Hulk players are really scary right now. Good Hulk players are really scary, bro. Hulk
from claiming the ground
Hey,
for this first
good
round.
play from both teams. Nightmare taking the first round out.
Like, I think on the like, maybe you could say for the side of Nightmare, you know, they looked a little lost at points, but it really is just how it works. Because, like, you know, you saw Space Station also, like, they just got reverse swept on that point because Blur's trying to force, like, look for this Venom ult in the very back, and then everybody's looking for him. It might have even been either a freeze. I need to look back at the VOD, but I believe it was either a freeze or a charm out of Skeeter, or he just died in the middle of his Venom ult. I don't think so, though. It must have been a freeze or a charm or something to stasis him, maybe with Monster. Yeah, because he got his ult canceled, then after that, the fight was over. Like, it feels like look for the Venom, look for the Angela, you win. But in this case, Nightmare just had a death grip on the point, Vicky.
And it's also like Nectar not being able to follow up again, right? Because Monster just couldn't play the game for like the first 2 to 3 fights. And then after that, Nectar and the rest of the station, once they had trickled out and the Nightmare had
Wait, what do you mean this is all Jay's fault? I didn't do nothing.
Really that oppressive unit against Monster. And now if you take a look at the board, ultimate-wise, Nightmare have the ability to come up on top. It's about Fidel, though, holding onto that fate of both worlds, surviving as we go in for a portal play and jump right in.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's his old teammates, by the way.
Oh my god.
That's Vision's old teammates, both in Doomed and Fidel, back when they played on Shroud X. Rest in peace. Shout out Shroud. You know, not here anymore. He's unfortunately in the heavens of Arc. But regardless, huge plays. Nice job. And
100 Thieves plays after this game.
Insane plays out of him. I mean, Vision's absolutely one of the best duelists in the game.
Vision is crazy. Going back here and having that Glartrox ready. Nightmare once again take control of the point. This time around, it's the first time. And this round number 2, before diving right back in, Dinks has the fate of both worlds to have the standout versus Fidel. And take a look at Vision, who moves up, has the Glartrox.
Oh, wow, bro.
With the extermination.
Wow, the tracking on a flyer, that's insane. And he used ult too. Vision. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I forgot. If you're probably watching just with the, if you're probably just listening to my stream, that probably was a little awkward, but sorry, Chad, it's all over the screen now. That was a great, that ult needs to get nerfed, man. The fact that you could dash like that and just continue having them run is just wild. Emily, what are you saying?
Kind of just turns slowly into a worse character the more you go down. Tough fight for Nectar in that case because he has to work back into it. Yeah, he's all the way at no instinct, man. Like, so they need KOs, and because it's way faster, you get one entire bar of instinct every time you get a KO. So the damage doesn't actually build up that quickly. So this entire fight, unless they get a KO out of somewhere, like, he's just not a real character, basically. But on the opposite side, Vision is just an absolute god. It doesn't have enough cooldowns to get the KO. But still, that's a tough situation.
And Vision...
Eye of Agamotto, but it's not going to land its mark as Nectar tries to answer back.
Mace?
So his Blur just get frozen in the meantime.
Question mark?
Doom finds light up in the sky. The hit of both worlds is going to be activated as now we see them moving all the way up towards the choke. Mace is going to hold it back, but look at the back drip cap at Space Station. Trying to get sneaky with it because Monster is holding up and Blur has isolated Dinks. He has a reset in Vision. We are, once again, nothing except it didn't get canceled. Instead, he gets shut down.
That was he hit that.
Light is on Spider-Man. Oh my god.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, he's gross, but man, Doomed on the point though with the point. Maybe you could shut everything down regardless of that from them because, you know, Space created, I guess, you did your job. Mace came back on Doctor Strange, is going to go down. 99% of the board.
Oh my god.
They reclaimed it, and Nectar is back to 3 instincts. So this
oh my god, bro.
99, or rather to 100%, which is
landed on the trap, try to use their ult, just screamed release, and then died.
Light on Spider-Man, just real quick before he said, all right, never mind, goes back over to the Ultron. Oh, that's just like hint it, right?
Released it and died.
You're like a star.
Isn't that like a Bumblebee or something, chat?
He's in the movie, and he's like for like one scene with like one dialogue. You know, poor Light just.
The male Bumblebee busted and dies.
excited to see. If
Pretty sure that's the
would have,
thing.
like the only two teams that were gonna go with Spider-Man just yesterday, but you know what? We didn't see it, and Light hinted at it.
Hey,
Goes
better
back
than a
over to
mantis,
Ultron.
a
I mean,
praying
I prefer
mantis.
this instead, too, especially with Space
Praying
Station. They're also
mantis
running that triple
after
strat
they
that
get,
Bale's about to have
you know,
the fate of
done,
both worlds, whereas
the male
Spear
gets his head chopped
will
off and
have,
eaten,
you know,
so
unleashed before diving down. Oh,
the more you know.
Stops the Venom in the middle of the air, keeps him trapped, and Nectar moves up and finds Skier, which is big here because Skier was the one with that ultimate to help with the sustainability.
Yeah, I wonder if Spear didn't even expect that. Like, that's like crazy, because that ultimate was going to be in this fight. White Fox removed, and now, I mean, if there's any stagger KOs, you can't go down here. Luckily for them, they have absolute gods on their team in Vision, who just wins regardless of the disadvantage.
Because they have the extermination.
Oh my god, dude. No, no, bro. Oh my god. Chat. I just had flashbacks of me ulting. I just had flashbacks of me ulting and hearing Fear Magneto, bro.
Good coverage here.
Oh my god.
And Skier gets booted out of the Ninetales.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Space Station's bringing this back though. Good on them. Good on them.
You know, Nightmare lost control of the point, but it's shut down in the sky.
Oh my god, Monster. Yeah, good. Hulk players are crazy like that. They stun you, and then they clap you, and then they grab you, and then, oh my god.
Nightmare lost it for a split second, and they might have done it, Vicky. Potentially 0 to 99. Still in control, too. And you've got nothing for Space Station side. They're going full stall now with Nectar.
Blur's coming back too, and with Nectar coming in with Light also on the Doctor Strange, it's gonna be Portal with Doom getting taken out from the opening of the window. Vision, he's got the vision, the third eye is open. Skier comes in, and nobody left on the point. They were on the edge, and they were forced out. Number disadvantage.
Wow. Wow. Nightmare took, they were slightly off the point, bro. Nightmare, good shit, good shit.
How many times do we talk about a team that caps point first? I mean, they're the odds-on favorite to win most of the time.
Good shit, bro. Like, good
it's
shit.
Insane how often that happens, but Vision gonna be your MVP with only 1 KO, by the way. And we talked
Wait,
about
what? Wait, I gotta see this. There's no way. Show me the stats. Show me the stats.
Hero as well, playing Elsa to such a high level.
Oh, when he said 1 KO, he means 1 death.
Like, it's just
Vision went 22-1, 12 final hits, 30,000 damage.
Don't get me wrong, like, there's more to it than just the Elsa, but yeah, Vision's always one of the best hit scan players in the game, and I would be maybe wetting myself a little bit if I had to play against him, because he's just gross.
Get the Elsa out of here! We're prioing Gambit, but the Elsa's a problem. I mean, in the hands of either Vision specifically.
I think Vicky's my favorite caster. Just because of that.
It's looking brutal.
I think Vicky is my favorite caster. Because she's on the same page as me, bro.
We'll find out
ban
what number 2 is gonna look like.
Elsa. Ban Elsa. I think they're going to Midtown, by the way, just as a I think they're going to Midtown. Any maps have we written? I'm pretty sure. Oh no, that's probably Heroes. I think one of the EU casters said that we actually saw every single character. Oh no, every single tank character played in this tournament so far. But I don't know. I don't know what map. You can't see all the maps played because there's only like a limited amount of maps for the teams to pick from. I think it's like 5 maps or 4. They have seen Penny a little bit, yeah. Yeah, and it looks like if you're on the left side of the screen, you win. SG 2, YWL 2, Sentinels 2. So if the trend keeps going, FlyQuest 2 O's 100 Thieves. FlyQuest 2 O's 100 Thieves. Hey, the stats don't lie. Stats don't lie.
Protect your bomb.
Jealousy. Appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend. Absolutely insane. Appreciate it. No way TTK lets us down like that again. Vinny is going to fall in the enemy strange portal another 3 times. Nah, bro, you didn't have to do it like that, man. Nah.
Welcome back, everyone. SSG and Nightmare are up right now, and it was Nightmare running away with this first map. They were playing it so close, but somehow, some way, SSG was not able to shut them out. Like, even though they were in firm control on both of these points, like, what happened? What allowed Nightmare to come back into this?
They had the vision. They had the vision.
The vision. But that's the thing, like, neither team is willing to, like, ban Elsa because both teams want to play them. It's for both of the team, it's a win condition, right? Because Nectar's Elsa is filthy as well. So when they get to play Elsa, like, it immediately puts the team in a good spot. Now, of course, Vision's Elsa also, like, just crispy and clean.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? And the duelists just, they have to, every Elsa player has to think that they are him or they are them. Like, you have to come in with so much
appreciate it, Lone.
confidence.
Appreciate it. But you're not missing much.
Yeah,
You're not missing much.
I mean, like, when
I know Twitch likes to run the ads, but I'm trying to prevent Twitch from running the ads in the middle of the games. So usually, when you get an ad, the only thing that you're missing is the break that's happening for 5 minutes, or the casters yapping about their breakfast this morning for 10 minutes. So you're not missing much, but I appreciate it. Or if you do get ads, you could go to YouTube. YouTube does have no ads, and YouTube's popping off. YouTube has over 2,000 people.
Nectar's a top 5, I believe, Elsa player right now in North America. It's just that Vision has a very coordinated team, and I think it wasn't just.
Yeah, I make sure Twitch doesn't do it in the middle of the games. I make sure. So you guys are not going to miss anything.
The teams just kind of got into their heads at some point, like looking at SSG there. So maybe they were starting to overthink it a little bit, and somehow allowing Nightmare to get back into this. It was also like initially Monster wasn't really able to get value out of that Hulk.
Sadly,
right?
I can't turn off the ads though, so I'm trying to work around it.
Hulk seemed untouchable. Like, what an issue Monster caused.
I know that's Dogman's favorite, actually. We're just talking about
Brother, I love you, but YouTube has a lot of ads. Well, that's YouTube then. I can't. I don't even do anything on YouTube. I just stream on YouTube, bro. I don't even do my own videos, so I can't help you there.
I don't know what to say about that. Like, that character's disgusting, and when it's in the hands of Monster, there's a reason why this guy's a ladder demon.
Exactly. And, you know, I actually really like this pick here, too. So while we go over to Midtown. All right, so he's taking a step back here while we get into the action, because Midtown is where Space Station also took Team Liquid Citadel, Dogman, and it was actually close. It was close despite the stat line. It went 2-1, so Space Station, you know, were able to at least get it to the finish line. And now we're taking a look at the pick and bans, and the Elsa is still the server admin in the lobby.
Yes. And you're the server admin of the caster group right now, because you just you actually Scarlet Witch ulted her out of the Zoom call. She's no longer in the call. Zoe is.
I can't feel anything.
We're gonna have Zoe's kid on the line, I think, to talk about the ban phase, because Vanguard banned both times, and you know it makes sense because what we've seen.
I think someone accidentally.
Like you talked about, Vicky, and it's for a good reason. I mean, they both have really good Elsa players, but this time, Invisible Woman is protected.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake by someone.
You know, maybe I'm seeing now from Nightmare's point of view, specifically the convo I had with Maze on their pick and ban phase and why they get down to
Captain.
Apparently, there's a lot of layers to the onion. So seeing the Invisible Woman protect after seeing the Mantis and Gambit ban out means that they also won't be able to have the Ultron. So trying to force something out here from Nightmare before they linger over to that last ban, specifically Space Station, who also go in and protect.
I think that was a misclick. Cammy, that was a misclick. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Push away or pull in, I guess, a lot of players. So they want to give a little bit more agency to their strat players besides just.
Oh my God.
But honestly, how they played last map, I think that both strat lines played very well.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's my fault. I'm so sorry. This is not an excuse, but I flicked over to go chat. I'm fishing, bro. I went over to go click on my fishing, and I accidentally clicked on. I'm so sorry.
Because it's like the same ban phase.
I'm so sorry.
Because we're going to not domination.
Yeah, exactly. It's Midtown, right? And so you get to scale a little bit differently
here
as
it's old school RuneScape. Chat, I click a button to go fish, and then I... Oh my.
On the defense, which
oh my God, wait, what did you say?
We usually see like the triple Vanguard line up here, and SPACESTATION could be expecting that, and Nightmare are just
this is my first competitive game, watch, with a heart. I feel like an asshole, bro. This I...
To this White Fox and Luna. I mean, even with the pre-patch White Fox buffs, Dogman, this means that with so many teams rocking the White Fox and playing it to its full potential to try to break through a lot of these chokes, I can't even imagine what next weekend's gonna look like.
No, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, like, yeah, you're on the money. Like, White Fox, just as a character, the fact that she gets a shield on the teleport is so annoying. It's like
Shiro, I appreciate the massive gifted sub.
Instantaneous in a giant circle, so you have to shoot and break it. It's annoying for sure. But you know, off the rip, SPACESTATION gonna go for that Wolverine stuff that we've seen on previous maps, and for Light to go Daredevil has to back away with the Captain America.
It's always like the slow pan out. It's a bird is playing no. It's the Wolverine trying to get me and kidnap me. Nice little awareness there, and as well as the bubble that was used up.
You said they're on a server with all the costumes and Lord icons unlocked. Why isn't everyone using their Lord icons? Probably because they just don't care about it.
Doom having a pretty nice Wolverine does get frozen. They wake him up, and with the Emma still trying to take the front line from
they probably just don't care about it.
Fastball special, get it out in their
oh shit, my bad.
Onto Blur, and Montez Claus has had enough as the cap falls low, and he manages to stay alive, a monster.
This is why, I mean, you've seen tweets from people like Aramori talking about how White Fox is more of like a counter dive type hero. You can see it, like Monster has to deal with this White Fox coming back to peel, and Light too. Monster's stuck by that trap, but the fact that Monster hasn't gone down yet is very impressive. Regardless, there's so much space being created now, and finally they burst through this choke.
Yeah, and Blur is duking it out, got the gloves on, and finally
I am really surprised.
Matches him. Vanguard lineup.
I am really surprised they're playing the Elsa though. Elsa and the Thing. I guess they want to use the Thing so they could throw the Wolverine, but I don't think Elsa is a good tank, bro.
And Doom has just been that guy. Now they're on the Thing coming back. He didn't probably expect that. It's slowed down by the anti-streak. Glartrox here in the middle of the invisible boundary takes him out of it into the corner, but it's on to tank characters. It doesn't get him though. Doom's passive's gone. Counter Glartrox comes through. Riding a train on the opposite side. Necrorize is able to take down Skier.
Running a what?
Off of that.
What did he just say?
Later, Glartrox ended up
not in my Christian Minecraft server, bro. What did he just say?
Field, at least from like Light's point of view, it's like, where is this Uber driver taking both of our teams right now? We can't do anything about it. And now Nightmare is back to the drawing board because SPACESTATION, it's
no chocolate, bro. What are you? Why are you repeating that?
Get a nice little snipe there over to the side, but is it trying to overextend?
Oh, sorry, not Elsa. Chat. Emma. Sorry, Emma as a tank. Emma is not a good tank, I think, in this season.
Set up your, you know, tanky characters at this choke point, maybe like
too many character names, chat. Too many character names, too many of the same letters. Ease, Elsa, Emma.
Again, this Wolverine just feels so proactive, just because of the fact that you can CC and take somebody into your team, whereas Daredevil usually is very good, but it just feels like he's offering just sort of damage into this fight. We'll see what happens moving forward, though. I'm liking Wolverine at the current moment.
Same, and he's got that final stand here, as well as Blur with the clobbering time. Nectar lingers back, as you can currently see. Camille unleash, it's clobbering time, and what? Gets the stun off of it up to the side, and then you have Blur here over into the back line because they're going to be able to harass the split-up strat line of Nightmare.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's like every time they try to make a play.
Oh my god, that guy's dead body flew. Wait, that looks so weird though. It looked like Nightmare was winning that, and they just somehow lost. Dude, AJ, appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend. How you doing?
To shut that down. Now they have to walk in, and it just feels like SPACESTATION. You called, they're just walking slowly forward at them. And you know, Vision was a problem last map. Now it feels like it's on the shoes on the other foot. You know, Nectar's able to do whatever he wants, or they want, because of this overall team's snowball and deathball potential.
And you yeet out the Wolverine again, and with the double invisible boundary, it's a Venn diagram, and you call in the Glartrox. It's time for the buffet. They're hungry. You get another kidnap. You get a last in, and you find Monster in the process. That's going to be the thing out to play, and Nectar's going to be the next one to follow. Month has a sustainability, though, for Space Station, because Nightmare don't have any of the Vanguards out. Unfortunate for Vision, too, isolated from the back of his team, and now Space Station have literally not lost a fight since they got this payload moving.
Yo, come on, Nightmare. I mean, this is good by Space Station. This is really good. I would like to see a map 3.
Monster goes in, creates space.
We haven't seen a map 3 yet today, chat. This will be the first one, but
help with the pocket. But I'm curious if this is like how they're gonna play the game.
I want my home team to win, bro.
Convergence. Because I don't know if we can just play like this hard pocket one player type of style. Maybe you can like Sentinels if you have the Ultron, but because they don't, I'm a little worried for them. What was that clobbering?
What?
Wait, I missed it. What happened? Shit.
Maybe he wants to switch.
That's what you always have to do whenever
wait, did he whiff it or did he hit a wall?
It looked like it was all intentional, so that way you could switch. Yeah, oh no. And then Light at least pulls off the passive, but it does it right in front of Nectar's face, so it's just a free picking for Nectar. And Doomed and the rest of Space
big
Station,
whiff.
Right now they're playing a different game. They're looking to speedrun instead of getting this payload to the finish round, and Dinks is making the swap up. We got the Invisible Woman skier still here.
I don't like that skin for Invis, by the way, that Dinks is wearing. I just don't like that.
Yeah, I was wondering too. But you see, Vicky, this is what happens when you put a Hulk player on anything that's not Hulk, you know? It's just not good. You know, we'll see if he can pick it up, though. You know, after this, it's been tough to have an ult canceled and then just whiff. But Doom, you know, and the crew trying to walk up on him. The fact they switched Mace back over to that Emma is nice, and, you know, maybe they can walk up, but it's this Glartrox they have to be scared of. They have almost everything, too, and something fight and neck rise. Nice job. Oh, I feel like I've just cursed this man to the highest degree. Poor Monster.
Ooh, wait a minute though, both diamond forms on both sides, a clobbering time out from Blur. Release the cough drops though, as everyone was trying to gag before
release the cough drops
on this point, and it's gonna be matched on the other side. Nectar finds Mace, brought back in his direction. The Born Again at least comes out from Light to try to get this fight going, but I mean, at the same time, at least only bringing Mace up. The Kumio Unleash is activated from Month. It gets stunned and immediately booted out.
Nice job by Visions.
Wow. Wow. Great play by Vision, though. Damn. Vision is insane, bro. Vision is insane.
That Soul Bond walks in, but they did have that huge ult bank. They did use the res. So we'll see as this moves forward, right? We need to see maybe a big ult out of Monster in the sibling fight. They still have a lot of time on offense. That's the tough part. Space Station switching it up, though, Vicky. They're going over Doom onto the Namor. Actually, Visions used to be the Namor on their old team. So it's going to be fun. He's actually going back over to the Phoenix. I think that makes sense versus specifically the Thing. Trying to counter Monster right now. Shut him down early.
Yeah, I was wondering, because if they wanted to go over to Namor, I'm not really sure if that was going to be the Vision, really. Instead, the Silent Seduction comes in now from Mace, bringing up on their line of sight, and it's going to be matched by Necrise. I feel like this is truly that Zitto match, and except it catches Monster. Beautiful timing, though, on the invisible boundary from Dinks. Allows him to hold forward. Blur has made a swap up over to the Groot instead, blocking out any of the sustain from the strats that had the line of sight of both Monster and Maze, but they weren't ready. Looking behind them.
Good ult. That was a really good ult by Dinks, though, to try to save his teammates from the Glartrox, but that was like slightly out of it, and they just started falling like dominoes.
But now Space Station have ult, right? That's the worrisome part, is they just used basically everything. We used the invisible boundary, we used Glartrox, we used
not Dinks, sorry, Space Station.
With ultimate advantage.
Sorry, wrong team.
Look
wrong invis.
By the way, Vicky. he's in
yeah.
the clock tower.
Then no one will ever know. I'll be able to be here because he's so close to that Karmic Revival, and it's going to be really important in terms of the win condition. If you look at what Space Station have, it's the Strangling Prison. Beautiful reset to react. We are not Groot, but with the Born Again, you can be Light now. Brings everybody from
good Born Again
to flip it around Space Station because they flip positions.
Good Born Again, and they use their ults. Now he could probably come in and use theirs.
Does have that Glartrox. Look for it though before the Kumio Unleash comes in, and it
that's a big one though.
Wait, but they got brought back to their own spawn, and now they flipped sides? This is just wild.
Wait, what?
So it's kind of worked out for him. Dinks healing nobody. He's like, where is my team? I need to build this invisible boundary, but nobody's here. Pops it, goes down in the middle of it, and in overtime, Space Station have got it done. They flipped maps, Vicky. They flipped the entire side, and it worked out. They win in full cap.
The Born Again.
Hey, I appreciate it, Cammy. I appreciate it. I am hoping to find a
round
favorite
2, the
team.
invisible boundary, not having the Nightmare invisible boundary in time. This is a very similar look, though, to what the way that Space Station wanted to try to bring Nightmare to
Cammy,
Midtown.
if
versus,
you
like, in their
want a
last
new
series when
favorite
they had it with
team,
Team Liquid Citadel,
I
it worked out
feel
for them. They
like
literally were not
if
up
you
until
don't
really
know
that third
competitive,
checkpoint, and
I
feel
would
like
start
they
out
swapped
by
very
like
quickly,
representing
right?
like a
We saw
very
the
good
Marine
team
swap off,
as your
we
first
saw
team.
the group
You
come
should
out
look
too.
into
Blur was able to really
FlyQuest.
get
FlyQuest
clean.
actually
That
plays
first
next
training
game
was
too,
not
if
the
you want to
best,
cheer them
but
on.
the way that they were able to come back and then flip the script to then put those group walls down, block out even more vision away from the strats, it did come in clutch.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. I mean, I think we can both agree, like, the main reason why Nightmare were in that was because of excellent plays by Vision. And there were some nice ults by Monster towards the very end, too. But, like, once those were gone, once we like, used that soul bond,
What?
like, it just felt like their game plan sort of dwindled away, right? It's like, they were a bit one-dimensional, right? Like, we know what's going to happen. We're going to die.
Is there something
we're
in my
gonna res
teeth?
with that huge Adam Warlock res.
Why are you guys laughing?
And then what? You know, we have to... Marvel Rivals is a game where you have to be, like, uncomfortable in the uncomfortable. And
What happened? Is there something in my
Space
hair?
Station looked incredibly comfortable towards the end of that point, flipping the entire map towards their own spawn. Like, that's
What happened?
definitely interesting because, like, they can hop back and spawn for heals if they want. But it didn't end up mattering because Space Station got the job done. Now for the attack of Nightmare, Light's going over the Wolverine because they like that idea that Space Station
Are
had
you
earlier.
looking
It makes sense
forward to
based on
Black
what we've seen
Cat?
throughout the tournament.
And we see a lot
Yes,
more
I'm
often,
looking.
too, trying to break through this chokehold as Light is looking to make the swap after seeing what the composition from the
I am
other
looking
side
forward to
is looking
her.
like. Doom, Neckrise, and Blur running that triple Vanguard lineup that we usually expect to see when it comes to the defensive side on Midtown. We mentioned this just earlier on in the
I hope
broadcast.
she's a tank,
It's
though.
about contesting Vision, though. With Vision,
I hope
now
she's a
getting
tank.
closer to that Glar truck and Light trying to break through this chokehold. He's
Just
walked
for,
over to
I don't think we
Moon
need a
Knight
DPS.
as
I think we need
Conchu
more
whispers in
tanks
his
and
ear.
supports to the game.
And it's triple Vanguard.
I don't
without the
want her to
so
be a
it's kind of
DPS.
interesting.
Yeah.
They want to play their style, but I mean, they want to build up those Elsa charges. They want to get that instinct very high, so he has cooldowns, or they have cooldowns like crazy. Light.
No, she's not 7 feet tall. I think they put her height at the thing at 7'5" because she's coming in season 7.5. So
That's the one tough thing, too, when it comes to dealing with the emeralds on the other side, right? They'll be able to get that damage on the beam so much faster by just using it on the root walls, but then you have to also worry about getting the choke slam and use it for your own
they
advantage.
changed her height back to the
moon
normal
hunts
amount.
nobody, though. It clears at least some space, but the way that Space Station gets to just hide away, wait for it, the invisible boundary in Fidel's pocket.
Yeah, and they used everything to keep Light alive there, too, so they have to get
Hey,
those
real
cooldowns
talk, though,
back up.
chat.
Once they do the Glartrox from Vision. Is it big? It got onto Blur.
I do
But
want
he's got the
FlyQuest
hard
to win.
pocket, eventually goes down, gets the Groot off before he's
But I
down,
also
but
want
it's
100
gonna
Thieves to
fall.
win.
The Glartrox comes through a bit late, but it's caught Visions. And another, but they get rid of it. They delete it. Nice job with the counter CC with that diamond form from Mace to make sure that the Glartrox does not eat him. However, the defensive ults are late by month, so they're still in this fight. However, they're missing their Groot, and Monster has a Straightly Prison.
Both Dinks and Month
Chat,
looking
I
at each
love
other with
TTK.
another
I love his
double
family.
invisible boundary in the form of the God of Mischief too.
But I
Dinks
also-
uncontested in the back,
as much as I
Quick
make
spear
fun
back to health, Sign of Seduction now
of
from Mace, trying to aim
FlyQuest,
down at Doom. As
it
the
does
bubble
suck to be
has
in the
the
position that they
Emma
are,
shield as
and I do
well.
feel
That
bad,
follows
so I
the
do
front
want them to
row.
win.
Meteor comes up from Doomed. Can he find his mark? And the Straggling Prison now comes in, and they shoot down the group from Nightmare. Hand of Conchu comes in right afterwards, and at least Light is right there to try to cover the basics. But is it going to be enough with Doom finding another victim? Oh no, the push-in!
Yeah, no, the tough part is that they're like Vanguard's going so deep to get these plays off, and well, everybody is. It's just like a crazy amount of damage that the side of Nightmare are taking to get these ultimates off. They lose Neckrise at the very least to come through with the portal play. Nice job, but the invisible boundary is here. Counter portal play happens, and this fight should extend for another few minutes, but it's still not capped out for the side of Nightmare. So a minute left on the clock. Holds happening so far.
A portal sandwich here too, as Light's just trying to break through this choke, try to utilize the damage output from the Loki clones too, and Nectar recognizes this is a problem. They're trying to take care of Light here from the left side before another Hand of Conchu comes in, and we get another rotation of invisible boundaries between the God of Mischief, but except it's Skier. Dinkston gets the copy slightly earlier, just so that way they can be ready. And through this invisible boundary, that was a good call out because they knew the invisible boundary was about to come down. But with the cop drops coming in, can they take care of the Guard Truck? Yes,
died.
they do.
Oh,
And
this
that's
is
2
bad
out
for
as Space
Nightmare,
Station.
bro. This is
They hold
really
on to
bad
the
for
defense, the
Nightmare.
Vanguard
And
lineup
also,
is
they're not
doing
gonna have They have Moon Idol, but
beam damage.
I don't think Moon Idol is going to be enough
I
to
kinda
beat
just feel
Space
bad
Station
for
Gaming
Nightmare's
here with
best
30
because,
seconds
like, I
left,
just feel
bro.
like I'm seeing Nightmare
Unless they get
just,
that
like,
Groot ult. They are
overextend to make the
40%
play
away
they
from
want
that
to
Groot
work.
ult. Groot
It's
ult
costing them their lives, like,
and
costing their lives.
Moon
Like, the
Idol,
reason they're in
very
all these
disgusting
fights
combo,
is
but
because they're hard-pocketed by their strats. Like, their strats are doing so much.
it's going to be tough,
but
man.
it's not enough. 20 seconds left to go, Vicky. Last fight territory. They're against the Doctor Strange ult, too.
I cannot. White Wolf, it's
See how
supposed
he's
to
gonna
be
be
like that, so
floating
I
up
can't
in
talk
the
over it,
air.
so you can hear me talk. Yeah.
Hanging up behind him if he can pull off this Eye of Agamotto, but it's the Moon that comes in, and it's not with a wombo combo of a strangling prison. Unfortunately, it doesn't land its mark, but with Vision being on the left field, it does find Necrise. Doomed has a meteor and goes up. Blur gets stunned. Just the Eye of Agamotto. Necrise swaps over to the Angela, and with Doomed and the follow-up and the Eye of Agamotto, it's found two, and it's clearing out Nightmare.
Well?
Nothing Nightmare can do when they have no sustainability or none of those sustain ults here at Space Station. They win on the defense.
We are going to our
Oh my God,
first
we're tied up 1-1.
match
I don't
3
know
of
if
the
I'll review
day.
that
It
because
only
we had
took
people hit by the eye and the meteor M, and it just feels bad because
it only took 9 games, chat, to get
on
a
the ground of the Groot and the Moon Knight, and the greens are right there. The crystals are right next to you. You know, it's like you're
Hey,
right next to the water.
finally.
You've been dehydrated in this
Finally.
barren desert for years, and you were right there and you couldn't make it. So that's brutal. But Nightmare, I think on Convoy, this is brutal because I think once we move over to conversions, Vicky, this looks like a way better team. I think that they do a better job at on taking damage. You can just see, like, look at the freaking death count. Look at the damage block, dude. Like, Mace and Monster are just taking absurd amounts of damage.
Wow.
You know, like, Light, I guess you could maybe also agree.
31 and
3
3 and 26 and 2.
That's a good way to, like, kind of take that. Same thing with damage taken. I mean, I love what Monster and Mace were doing when they slowed it down, but it felt like
And
they
28
would
and 3,
overextend
29
a
and
little
4.
bit too
I mean,
much to make
32
the
and
play
1.
work,
Wow,
the Stratus were
wow.
desperately trying to keep them alive, Vicky, but
That's
they
crazy.
just couldn't. So yeah.
And it cost Jinx and Skier to go.
I
down
mean,
a lot more often
Light,
'cause
you
they
can't
also
say
have to get
one
a little
final
bit
for
more
Light.
aggressive
Light was
if they
playing
wanna allow their
the
duels to try to get
Adam
these follow-ups, especially Light right with the hand of
Warlock. He was
Conchu,
playing
but we never
Adam
got to
Warlock for a
see
very
the
long
wombo combo
time,
of a
yeah.
strangling prison and a hand
But-
Conchu. I feel like we kind of saw it maybe
Me.
once, but Monster also kept getting shut down.
Yeah.
We got a game 3 on our hands. We knew that this was going to go the distance. Space Station keep themselves alive, and we'll see where game number 3 is on which map we'll be going on to on the other side of this break.
Nice, chat. Nice. Okay, I'm going to go to my glasses. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to take out my contacts, chat. My left eye is bothering me. Give me 2 seconds. Okay? 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Protect your bald king!
Damn 70 months.
You guys are about to witness a rare J3 glasses stream. Hello. Oh, my eye was bothering me. Hi. Sorry. Sorry. What are you guys talking about over here? What are you guys... What are you guys calling me a nerd for? Excuse me, I don't like you guys talking about me like that. Okay? Stop it. Stop.
Welcome back, one and all. We are going the distance. We see SSG tying up the series, and a lot of that has just been, I don't want to call it scrappy, but this series has definitely been a bit more of a brawl, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
Pushing
entering the
45,
brawl,
by the
you know,
way.
a little bit. At least with these
Fuck
two
yeah.
squads, for sure. Like I don't know. I mean, when we saw Monster earlier on hold,
Pushing 45, and I'm happy as shit. Also, after this game, by the way, I am going to go on. They're gonna go on a break.
Yeah, it definitely felt
I am
cleaner.
going to
Like,
go
there was
downstairs
moments of both teams in the
and make
previous
myself
matches felt
popcorn.
cleaner,
I could
even
share with
though
you
the
guys
matches
if you
have
like.
been
It's going to be
hectic,
kettle
like,
corn
especially with
popcorn.
Nightmare,
I'm going
like,
to
their
do
match,
a little bit of
yesterday
salt
was
on it.
crazy,
Just a little
but
bit,
the
not a lot.
execution just seemed
And
a little
I am
bit
going to
cleaner.
sit
Maybe they're
here
just
and have
forced
popcorn
to
for the
make
last
more
game of the
swaps.
day with 100
Maybe they're
Thieves and
also forced
FlyQuest.
into compositions that are just
Hey, what's up,
hitting out
Resmi
their
God?
strong
Appreciate it,
suit.
appreciate
I
it.
think there's a lot of picks midway through the series that may or may not be raising some questions.
Yeah, that too, and like if you're gonna be running like the Moon Knight and you get one final on the attack, like it means that these ultimates probably were like not comboed correctly, right? There was really no follow-ups that you could see. Usually you see it like with the Strangling Prison, like I mentioned right before we went to break. And trying to see, you know, what we're gonna be able to do now that we're moving on to our.
I'm not going to toss
Djalia.
candy and popcorn. You're disgusting.
Yeah,
I
what do you
think
want to
that-
see here?
I mean, I want to see them. I mean, it's tough because it seems to me, I could be reading into it too much, but we were talking about this in the green room at the break a little bit. I mean, I feel like this squad of Nightmare just love to play the Ultron stuff, and then when they can't, like, I don't know if they have a necessarily a game plan. Like, to me, if I was Light, I don't know, maybe I'd be thinking like, okay, I need to pocket this Visions guy because he's so freaking cracked, right? But Light is a great player in his own regard, right? Like, he needs to be thinking about making plays for himself. Maybe he can go into that Wolverine stuff because I think he could play a very good Wolverine and even Daredevil and stuff. Like, I just feel like the squad maybe is a bit hard stuck in like their mentality. And that's what we were talking about earlier a little bit where, you know, you got to break out of your comfort zone sometimes, and it's really tough when you have to change.
These are
meta so
real
often
glasses,
because we're
chat.
going through
I actually
another
like
new
wearing
patch next
glasses.
week.
You
It's
know
a little
why?
bit- it's
Because
still
when you guys
similar,
piss
don't get
me
wrong,
off, I can
this
just take
one,
them off and I
but
can't
the
read
fact
you
that
guys.
Elsa's getting 25 HP nerf is going to impact next week and stuff. So maybe these guys are desperately
Nope,
waiting
can't read you
for
guys.
that patch to come through. And this we're talking about, like, these teams are trying to like live till next week, right? So losing this series would be brutal for either squad.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, we did see Light rolling out on the Daredevil on their defense, which obviously Light being like the Daredevil, like we know Light loves playing that very hero. Quickly swapping off though into the Adam Warlock, it just didn't quite click. Like it just, yeah, I just want to see a little bit cleaner gameplay almost. I'm not entirely sure because like if both teams actually continue to let the other team back in the game when they have a massive advantage,
I am
like
negative.
something internally is going wrong. I don't know if it's the comms, the game plan.
I think I'm
that they're
negative
just not on the same page.
5.5 and negative
It's so back and
5.25.
forth and scrappy too. Like I feel like that's kind of been like the theme that we've had throughout the course of today. So hey, you worded it perfectly when we were all talking, and it feels too messy. You can't really get away with this as not only is it best of 3, right? So you only have so many chances, and it
True,
doesn't really
Xeon,
go
true.
really far that distance when it comes to the map differentials. But you have to figure things out quickly. And now that we're moving on to Convergence, Dogman, you were saying that you're a little worried to see which of these teams could come out on top, depending on how they have that advantage, where they feel more comfortable.
Yeah, you guys
Bro,
set it up
can you
well.
guys
I
stop
think
saying
it's gonna
bald
be,
and
kind
blind?
of interesting to see how these two teams come out of those last 2 matches and what takeaways they had. So
I'm
you guys are
halfway
right. I mean,
to
they need
becoming
definitely
Daredevil,
focus up
so I
on a
wouldn't
lot of the
make
basics,
fun of
and we'll
me.
see if they could do it.
Yeah, we're about to find out.
That's all I'm saying. I'm halfway to Daredevil. Got the blind down.
Will come out on top.
If Daredevil goes bald,
Dig it.
bro.
I think we will, because Nightmare versus SSG has probably been the closest matchup of the day. I mean, like, the last map maybe didn't prove that, but it does seem, or maybe did prove yes, with how it went. What do you think, Vicky? Like, I think on this upcoming map, for Nightmare, I mean, you're right. They have to figure out a couple things, right? It does seem like they're a dive squad, but after we left domination, it just
No Elsa
the
ban.
fundamentals have kind of slowed down to a halt.
Yeah, definitely agree. While we also get our feedback up here too, and seeing how these teams are going to be going in through the pick and ban phase. A little pixelated from my end here, but if the Elsa gets through, which is what I'm seeing some of these teams linger on to, that means that the Elsa could still be that server admin. Okay, we are back. And so being able to see how that pick and ban phase is looking, it looks like the Elsa does get saved. And you were mentioning the Ultron. I like how you brought this up, except it's going to be in the hands of Space Station this time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think both teams like to play it. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but it does feel like the Ultron play to me is like a comfort pick.
Oh my God, it's the
Because we
same
saw that another
bands,
same
bro.
thing
We're
from
probably
Sentinels.
gonna see a mirror
I
matchup
think, like,
here.
these teams this week specifically, and I
The
know
only
Triple
thing
Threat
that's
is this
different
week,
is
don't get me
ban Captain
wrong,
America, ban
but the best teams
Magneto.
we've seen so far are playing that 2-2-2 style, or if they're not, they're playing the Mantis stuff with it. And the fact that it's banned, they're going over to the Ultron stuff. I mean, I like it. It's good in certain play styles, but it also feels like okay, we don't really know what to do fully. Let's just go Ultron stuff and see if it works. And I could have a bad read on it. Don't get me wrong, but to me, that's what it reads like. And I think both teams love to play that dive, right? So if they're on that triple, they can keep those Vanguards healthy that are ultra aggressive, like you saw out of Monster and Mace. These guys are very hyper aggressive Vanguards, almost borderline duelists. So we'll see if they can keep them healthy now that they're on the Ultron stuff.
And feeling more comfortable in that element, right? Because we even saw like Light swap over to the Adam Warlock. There was like no Loki on that side, whereas like Month, who had free reign over that Loki.
I don't even know the current meta.
Pop off.
It's
you know,
a
it comes
it's a
down
lot
to
of
keep
Elsa,
that going as we
a
get
lot of
started on
Tank
Oslo.
Deadpool, a lot of Gambit,
It's a common map to see the Penny Parker cheese a little bit, but nobody's going for it this time
Invis
around.
Woman.
In this game, understanding maybe you give up some ult charge to a Vanguard and stuff, but you know, I would be happy to see, I think, Monster back
Oh yeah,
on
I
his
gotta move the
ult,
camera.
considering
My bad, my bad, my
if you have
bad,
the
my
Ultron
bad.
potentially in the back pockets, and you know, the fact that we still have, yeah, it is interesting actually. The Jeff and the Venom still not through, but they're going for the speed boost out of Spawn originally. But we're starting out here, Vicky. This is for the entire series.
Ultron
Because we're
Mantis,
in
if you want
Raisins
to.
group stages. So
Counter portal. Wait a minute. Where are they going? Where are they going? Off the map. Sorry, Dinks. At least
No
one of them gets
way,
the game. I
bro.
think it was
No
actually,
way.
From the Doctor Strange from Mace, he actually comes right back together because he gets a float up. But that's a big pickup and a good statement maker for Space Station on this defense. Fidel falls incredibly low, and Nectar is right
The
there.
Jeff
to
falls
back
off
them
the
up
map,
before
bro.
Finding themselves here up on this choke, but okay, that's how you add a little cherry on top to our last game of this series.
Well, over there too, they like stagger themselves, and now Monster gets frozen, and Bruce Banner for him. No, baby Bruce, poor guy. Oh no. Goodbye, Monster. See you later. Lights all the way back onto Ultron 2, so they give it a little bit of ult charge. They try to do like a Mr. Fantastic play, I guess, outside of it. Latch onto somebody, maybe get a KO quickly.
Yeah,
Did
I
not work out.
don't think we've
Unfortunately,
seen
Light's
Mr.
not
Fantastic
Kendrick
at
in
all
this
in this
case.
tournament. I think that was like the first time for a brief second.
A little different though if you compare that to Doomed, who's already close to that 50%. Nectar is just gonna have free reign on the high ground, uncontested, and it's gonna continuously harass Light, by the way, before Monster starts swinging around. Fidel helping and keeping everybody else stabilized, with Doomed also kind of lingering back, expecting to die from Monster, and Mace gets shut down. Nectar is on
I don't think we've seen a Wanda player now.
I mean, they traded at least. Blur goes down.
Not a-
This is kind of
no.
the wing condition
Yeah,
of
no,
both
we
teams is
haven't seen
taking
one.
out the Vanguards.
Sure.
We've seen all the
Yeah,
tanks
Nectar
be
did it
played,
earlier,
but I
and
don't think
goodbye.
we've seen
He was like,
all
"Where did my
the.
team go? They just got eviscerated, and they're back to the spawn.
I don't think we
So,
saw all the
2 minutes
DPS
left to
played.
go. Like it's staggered too. And honestly, like in this Ultron matchup, I feel decent about Nightmare. But you could tell like their tank line, their Vanguard line is hyper aggressive and rely on so many heals. Even in the diamond form, even with the damage reduction, it's not enough to keep Mace alive. That's a brutal sight to see, I think, for Nightmare, as they don't have ult advantage.
We saw a little bit of Penny on EMEA, yes, Jet.
Extermination's met on the other side, but it's not met from Nightmare because Light is still trying to build up that extermination. It forces them at least to waste it out because they get to kite away inside that building out of the line of sight. Oh,
It's not easy to play the Vanguard in this case. Here comes the Glortron.
How was the gym?
It's deleted, but it's into the trap. Oh my goodness.
Huh?
Nectar perfectly placed trap into that.
I was bothering me.
one more.
Maybe get a
I left.
highlight reel. Oh, poor Doom stole the K. Oh,
No,
rude,
it's
but
just I think
beautiful play to Nectar,
I put my
and,
contacts in
that's
this morning
a
and my left eye was hurting,
Yeah,
so I
that would have been
took
the
them
core
out
piece, you know,
and
if
then
you
I
didn't steal that
put in
real
new
quick,
ones.
But that was insane.
I was probably so
Nectar,
irritated.
The back-to-back, keeping heads on a stake. Light at least will have the extermination, but look at the
Oh.
time bank right now, Dogman. Nightmare are at a minute, less than 20 seconds on the clock. Blur still has a piece of the abyss for a reset, and Necros is close to the eye
You
of
can probably
Agamotto.
see it right here.
sitting on it.
I don't know.
We'll see if Blur can get charmed.
Right
Does
into my
not
eye.
in this
You can
case,
see
nice
it.
job to avoid it at least.
No, it's not pink eye,
Almost got
chat.
it in mid-animation. Here comes Ultron's right to the high ground. Fidel counters it with the Luna's dance floor. Is Vision gonna have a big large?
Jay missed the best play. Aw, shit, my bad. God damn it.
Nice.
And can you find anything after it? The answer is no. Nice job with Fidel to keep everybody healthy in the middle of it.
Agamotto comes from the high ground though. It finds
I wear
Gray.
monthlies.
And for Deeds, he cannot survive, and Vision meets their maker. That is another wipe. This time, it's Nekrise who wanted the spotlight.
Yeah, at least he keeps
No way.
Skier's ultimate.
This
Oh,
is,
God, Stagger's brutal. 35 seconds left to go.
This is
You'll have
really
four,
bad.
but maybe do they even want to do it? 30 seconds. They do have those ults. Mace now.
This
going
is
over the
really
Angel.
bad
It's
for
the
Nightmare,
top
bro.
line. So that's going to be interesting. You know, can they take advantage of this Fox ult now? Nectar does have large rocks available too and can stiff everything.
See, now with the dive down, at the very least, split some more of that attention. Be disruptive on this back line. Monsters doing their best. Already popped that armor. Close to the Feast of the Abyss. With overtime away in 5 seconds, the extermination comes in first from Doom.
Ultron with
Steer
three
comes
tanks
in
is
with
really
Nightmare,
good,
but
but
Nectar
they did
has
get the
not been
Mantis
stopped,
ban.
has
I mean,
not
not 3
been
tanks, 3
contested,
supports,
and
but
with
they did get the
Warthog,
Mantis ban. Oh my
they
god,
are
that's
hungry
GG's.
to
Yeah,
find
that's
a
GG's.
2K, make it a 3K.
GG's.
More in the pocket of
Chat.
Nectar as they're creating their highlight reel.
I just want to
I
say,
mean, that's brutal. That was.
it's
crushing
almost like
of
they should
Nightmare.
probably
Like, that
ban Elsa.
was- I mean,
In
at
my
this point,
opinion, if
PlayStation
they
can
ban
handle
Elsa and get Elsa off the table, I'm not trying to say Vision is bad on Elsa, but I think
Well, realistically,
they could
Nightmare
probably
was
win
really
on
good
anything
domination,
else
like we can both
besides
agree on
Elsa.
that. And then Convoy and Convergence, man, they just fell off a cliff. Like, I don't know, man. Like, they got to figure something out on domination.
No, fuck
on
you,
Convoy
ban
Convergence.
Gambit. No.
And this was the worry, like we saw
Ban
in the last map. is
Elsa.
that I feel like their Vanguards always want to make plays, and then they're trying to force things. Like, you don't need to force things. You need to let plays develop. And I understand it's kind of hard to play Vanguard this patch and in general in Marvel Rivals because of the CC, right? Like, you go in on Venom, for example, you get charmed, you get frozen. You know, you're kind of like you look in the mirror and you're like, God, what is my purpose? What am I doing on this planet? And you're like, and God's like, your purpose is to take CC. Your purpose is to get frozen and charmed, okay? But you still have to slow it down a little bit. It's a hard ask. And Nightmare have to go to the drawing board, I believe, in this next week, because if they lose the space station here and don't even get a draw, that puts them in that 2-1 deficit moving forward.
That's so funny because you have so much time to ponder and all these thoughts when you're just stuck in a chain CC just event. But I think this is a big reason as to why it's important to look like Dom and look how volatile it is, because Nightmare, they won on their Dom map.
Are you
It's
a
very
fan of the
obvious to
ban
see
format
that
for
they're
comp play?
struggling a lot,
Competitive?
though,
Yeah, I
moving
like
forward
it.
in these other
You
game
cannot have
concepts.
tournament bans in
Nightmare
comp.
with
It just
Vision,
doesn't
so
work.
on the Elsa and then having to deal with Nectar on the other side. I do not want to be a flyer here dealing with the output damage of Nectar.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Visions, I'm like, man, what am I supposed to do on Elsa? Like, people talk about Elsa gap, but like, what do you want me to do when I'm 5v6, right? Like, that's probably what he's thinking a little bit. And I know Mace and Monster are great players. They're just a team that needs to work on their synchronization for sure. Like, it's individually, mechanically skilled. This is a top team, but right now they don't look like it.
No, and with so many talented individuals making up this team, Blur gonna be able to continuously hold back Nightmare. God, actually wrapping up on the other side of this choke right now, and with Space Station trying to oppress them, Fidel up on the high ground, Blur already popping the armor, and Vision waking up a bit, getting that first pick. We're talking about it, the Elsa v Ultron matchup, but look at the way that Space
What happens
Station
if this
are
be-
playing
if
inside
this is a
portal.
tie?
It's all easy
I wanna
pickings once that Glark
I'm rooting
is
for a
up,
tie.
but they're gonna be
I don't
forced
think
to
we've ever
back
seen a
away
tie.
if they can even get away. Nekrise
think they
is the
play
next one.
another
Monster
game.
gets frozen, and Nightmare are still holding up because this is a great spot for Elsa to hold.
I'm not gonna lie, this would be the funniest scenario if we saw a draw with not even 30,000
Yo,
of the board.
casters, get your own fucking casting, bro. Stop.
You know, I'm sure
It's
if Sid was
obvious.
here, it'd be Mr.
It's
Switzerland.
really
Like,
obvious, guys.
you know,
Come on.
It's a very hard first point to take.
It's
for attack. It always is,
at this
right?
point,
Like,
it's really
don't get me wrong,
obvious.
This is a very hard point to take. As you see Doom trying to make
Oh
a play,
my.
somebody has to do something. But Mace is, what is he doing? He's feeding.
He got charmed, Mace to the face actually, and with the Glartrox coming in and the extermination from Light, it looks like it's a better situation for Nightmare to be in, forcing Space Station to reset. Although the Fate of Worlds is online, I like the restabilization. Fidel in a good position, and now with no extermination, they have to look for Dinks, who does have that dance off. A freeze into a charm.
Oh, I like
They're
that. The
trying
freeze
their
and charm
best
back
on
to
the
back. I
Venom,
like that.
With not only the armor reset, the face of the Abyss,
And I'm
there
pretty
is no
sure,
follow-up
since they are
ability
running
from
Luna,
Space
they can run another charm.
Maybe
Oh,
with the damage boost
Wait,
and that ult
was that a-
monster, it's enough. Nice job.
that was a
And the forward
cancel.
comes back, so they're not gonna have that cooldown
Did you
very
see that?
soon, but at
The
least
charm.
here-
That was a cancel.
here
That was a
comes the Glartrox
cancel.
Nectar, though it's Sonda.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
not gonna
Vision
pull the
used it.
back.
It was a
Is he
cancel.
still alive though? He is not. Goodbye, Meteor M. Nice dodge from Skier.
He's gonna come back though, at least on the Angela, setting that ultimate to 50%, and Skier could also help out with the resustainability of Nightmare. They're holding up in the corner for right now, while you see Blur coming back in with the Venom. Nectar in the 1v1 Elsa duel finds Vision in the trade-off. Nectar needs to be contested here because they have just been unstoppable.
I think Vision might need a TP.
Light, who's literally one shot, cannot hold them back. They're
I think they need a TP.
They're moving and breaking ankles, and they're all getting focused on Nectar, who has not been contested.
Yeah, Nectar's kind of just free at the current moment. Although nice delay, honestly, from Nightmare's Vanguard, just kind of holding on. I like that so far, but you know they have to build ultimates now.
They have. Where's the TP at?
It's desperation.
Where's the TP? He didn't TP.
Get stuffed on the map in Space Station, win 2-1.
Can we talk about the flip around from domination on Krakoa to the way that Space Station just played Midtown and Hall of Djalia?
They TP'd already?
It was next level. I think this team is looking like
when
the first, day, right? Like they look good.
Nectar, the MVP, is no surprise because Nectar was unstoppable. Space Station Gaming, they come out on top in our first game 3 of the day.
I mean, look
at this.
Oof. Yeah, Vision. I like across the board. Like, yeah, he was popping off.
Vision.
Going insane. But,
Vision was the only one, bro.
In convoy maps, because
the only one in the sea of donuts.
See the talent is there in him, and the rest.